Okay, now let us see how we get the inverse of a matrix. This matrix specifically is of order 2 by 2. So all we need its adjoint and we need its determinant. I think we have seen how we get those ones. Let us focus on this now. So the inverse of the matrix A is denoted by the inverse. If it's order 2 by 2, so we get the determinant 1 over the determinant of that matrix, then times the adjoint of that matrix. Let us see the example straight away. Given that A is this, find A inverse. So what we need the determinant of A. I start with the determinant of A here. Determinant of A will be this times this, which will be 8. Now minus this and this, which will be 6. So the determinant is 2. Now I also need the adjoint of A. So my adjoint of A will be, we say, we interchange elements in the media. So this one goes here, and this one comes here. Then we multiply by -1 in the elements of the minor, like this. So now we have the adjoint, we have the determinant. So meaning our A inverse we say is 1 over the determinant of A times the adjoint. So now our A inverse is going to be 1 over the determinant, which is 2 into now the adjoint of A, which is 4, -2, -3, then 2. Now from here, this is the scalar, we just multiply inside. So our A inverse will be this times this, we get it, this times this, 4 times a half, then -2 times a half, then -3 times a half, then 2 times a half. So it's not there. Our A inverse finally is going to be, this will be 2, this will be -1, this will be -3 over 2, and this will be 1. So that's our, if you can understand, so it's the same as -1.5. When it comes to this, the same idea. So in our solution, we need the determinant of P. So the determinant of P is this times this, -8, then minus this times this, which is -5. And so our determinant is -3. Then I come to the adjoint of P, which will be, I interchange. This comes here and this one comes here. Then I change the signs. If it's negative, it goes to positive. If it's positive, it becomes negative. So now I have the determinant, I have the adjoint. Meaning now my P inverse will be 1 over of P times the adjoint of P. So now my P inverse is going to be 1 over -3, the determinant. Its adjoint is -4. 1 and then 2. Here when I simplify, you see this will be now, when you push this up, it's going to be, 1 over -3 is the same as -1 over 3. If you multiply your negative up and down, this is what you get. So I'm going to be adding now -4 times -1 over 3, this one. Then -5 times this -1 over 3. Then 1 times, then 2 times -1 over 3 over 3, then cross. So now our P inverse here is going to be, now this is negative, positive 4 over 3, then negative 5 over 3, then this will be -1 over 3, then this will be -2 over 3. Now, let me give you a warning. You see that this one is going to give you a recurring decimal. Leave it there. Don't put it on the calculator. Don't simplify it. Leave it the way it is. Because if you simplify it and you translate some decimal places, it will be void, null and void. So leave it here. If you start this one cannot be, okay, if you simplify this, it doesn't terminate properly. Leave it the way it is. Don't press it on the calculator, leave it as a fraction. When you come to this, still we need our determinant. So the determinant of m is going to be this times this, which is 20, then minus this times this. Negative 2 times negative 6 is 12. And so that we have 20 minus 12, which is 8. Can you get it now? The adjoint of m will be now, we interchange, then we change the signs to now 6. Now our m inverse, which is 1 over the determinant of m, then times the adjoint of m, which will be 1 over 8 times 5, 6 to 4. Then there you can easily multiply through. This will be 5 times this, which is 1 over 8. Then 6 times 1 over 8. Then 2 times 1 over 8. Then 4 times 1 over 8. So it's that this one we can simplify it to 5 over 8. Then this one is that we are going to get 6 over 8. We can reduce by 2. We have, okay, 6 over 8. Let me do that in the last step. This will be 2 over 8. Then this will be 4 over 8. Now, it's that we can simplify this and this with this, and also we can simplify. So now finally, our inverse is going to be 5 over 8 by 2 by 2, 3 over 4 by 2, a quarter, then by 2, a half. So that we divide by 4 here, we get this. Divide by 2, we get this. Divided by 2, we get that. So that's how we get now the inverse members. We always give it in a simplified form. These entries will be simplified as you see there. I wish you the best.